Hi guys.
Welcome back to the Two Little Black Girls podcast, episode 31.
Yeah. So exciting. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button to our channel so you can get notifications whenever we update our newest podcast. And also, as we said before, you can now download our podcast and listen to it on the go so you don't have to be hooked up to Wi-Fi. So make sure you do that. And I mean, some of the downloads, they have expiration dates. So if you want us to re-upload it with a longer date to download, we can do that. Just let us know that as well.
Yes.
And yeah, follow us on Instagram and Twitter as always, because we do update those things.
More often than not, we update them. Though I have been slacking this week. This week I've just been enjoying experiences without photoing them.
Recreating it for social media?
Yeah.
Or capturing it through social media?
Yeah. Sometimes you're in that mood. You just I want to.
Yeah, you want to feel the moment as opposed to having to worry about capturing it as well. I read somewhere or saw something a while ago. It's like too many people nowadays are too concerned with capturing the moment for other people that they forget to live in the moment themselves, which is a very true statement.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to detach and just talk about your experiences and let people imagine how it was.
Storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. Storytelling. So I'm going to be telling you some stories today. So as always, we'll be talking about things we bought. I'll go since Alicia is still in her frugal mode. Well, I bought some shirts and a sweater. Like I've been talking about for the past 5 podcasts, I want more clothes that are work appropriate, but that I could also transition into real life. So I went to Zara and I bought these 2 basic long sleeve asymmetrical shirts. One I wore yesterday, Alicia. That black long sleeve asymmetrical shirt, and I bought it in another kind of darkish tannish color too. So I think that's a good shirt to wear in different settings. Last night I wore it with this with my long also Zara blue pencil skirt with the white kind of Hawaiian flowers. And I made a layered outfit with tights and socks and boots and the long sleeve shirt over the pencil skirt. So I think I could also pair it with work pants or a work pencil skirt and achieve a nice cash look. And then I went to the Gap and I got this sweater shirt, this long sleeve sweater shirt on sale for $12. And then I got this chunky oversized gray sweater also on sale for $20.
So did you do this in person or were you online?
No, in person. So the day I had a sick day this week, so I went to urgent care in Union Square, and then after I left urgent care, I just made a little pit stop on Fifth Ave and walked in some stores and partook in a little shopping. But yeah, I'm trying to do this thing where I buy clothes that will last me longer too. After I had a discussion, one of many discussions with my coworkers about quality clothing that lasts you longer. And I've talked about it in other podcasts too, about buying clothing that'll last me, but then I didn't stick to that. So I guess I'm trying to stick to that and reconstruct my wardrobe slowly. So that's all I bought this week. Yeah, a lot of food as usual.
Food?
SMH, yeah.
Oh.
Food. But that's nothing to write home about. Yeah. I bought, this weekend, I bought some ingredients to bake for Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to try and make my first cornbread.
From scratch or from a box?
Well, I'm going to use Jiffy, and I'm going to use cream of corn and then eggs and a little milk and a little butter. And hopefully it'll come out good.
Yeah. I remember I had cornbread with pieces of corn in it. I was like, what is this?
No, but it tastes good.
I don't know.
That's like the best cornbread I ever had that had actual corn in it. It tastes so like sweet and creamy and like nutty. So I'm gonna try and achieve that Wednesday morning. I'm gonna bake it. So we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like Kirsten said, I've been in frugal modes. I didn't really buy anything. Yeah, I didn't even buy food. Like the one time I bought food last week was on Friday, since it was Friday, and I just got lunch with my coworker. We went to Chipotle. Like, I wasn't in a mood. He wanted to go to Chipotle, and I was like, yeah, I'll go. I like to go for walks. But then we were there, and he wanted to eat there, and I was like, might as well get something while I'm there.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I just got a burrito.
Okay.
It was fine, but since I wasn't in the mood for Chipotle, it wasn't like...
taste as good.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be in the mood for Chipotle for it to taste good.
I agree.
Like, you have to be of your own volition. Like, yeah, I want to go to Chipotle. Or if someone brings it up and you're like, oh, yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Then it's going to taste good. But if you're just, like, going because someone else is like, let's go, and you're like, sure, it's not going to really hit the spot.
Yeah. I haven't been craving for a Chipotle in a long time because the last one I had, it was like really watery for some reason, and that kind of turned me off for a bit. So
that sounds nasty.
I don't know the next time I'm gonna partake in a Chipotle.
Sometimes you just need a break.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the main thing I bought this week, and then there are like items like I said last week, like the boots that I want and a coat. I also want a nice little hat. But I was looking online at DSW and debating whether or not I should go this weekend. But it's Black Friday coming up too, so I don't know if anything good will be in the stores this weekend as well.
Well, could be because they may just buy a lot of stock or...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, like...
But a lot of stores, the same deals they have on Black Friday,
they're
the
online.
same deals they have like the day before.
And they're also online too.
Yeah, and they're online too, so you could just buy it. And Cyber Monday is like this Monday, so you could find, some good online deals. If you want to buy your laptop, it'd be a good time
I guess
to do
that's
that, maybe.
Possibility.
Yeah. So... Yeah, I mean, Black Friday is really just a scam. Like, the few times I've, like, walked around the mall on a Black Friday, nothing seems that much cheaper to me.
It's only, I feel I've done Black Friday once. Well, once when I tried to do it with my sister. And we didn't have a car, so we took a bus to, like, Co-op. Early got up crack of dawn just to get there. And we went to PC Richards. And... we get there, we realize there's nothing we really want there. I feel like Black Friday only counts if you like have a certain list of items that you really want that you know are going to be on sale. Like the like super electronic, like TVs. If you're after TVs or like refrigerators or like washer dryers, like that's what you'll probably find on sale like at a decent price, and that's what you're probably going there for. But if you're just going there to look through CDs, they're the same sale as any other day.
Yeah, I think clothes too. Clothes are rarely on any kind of like good Black Friday sale. Like maybe H&M will have, a couple things $2 less maybe, but nothing like extravagant.
Yeah.
That's worth, waking up early for.
Yeah.
Like my parents' house is near the mall, so I'll just walk over just to see, and I'm always underwhelmed.
Yeah, I feel like you need a specific list, and if you're not going for hot ticket items like big items, it's honestly, in my opinion, not worth it. Like you said, like if you want clothes or like a CD or a DVD, if people still buy those, anything like that sort of thing, like trinket-ish or not huge, you're gonna kind of be wasting your time a bit.
I agree. Tell us if you guys do the Black Friday thing and whether or not you guys find deals or don't find deals.
And what items do you usually find the deals for?
Yeah.
But yeah. that's about it. Like, I'm still thinking about what I should get. I started looking, like I said, on DSW, different types of booties, like short booties and long booties and stuff. I'm still trying to narrow it down, but they have sales starting already this week. There are plenty of sales going on.
Are you looking for both a tall boot and a booty, or or either?
I want both, but like depending on how much I'm willing to spend is how much each item costs is how much when I would buy what first, or if I'd buy both at the same time. But I don't want winter to pass me by and be like, oh, I have these boots at the end of winter. I can't even wear them anymore.
Because booties you can wear in any weather.
Yeah.
Whereas the tall boots, I guess it has to be like a specific time. I bought a pair of long boots too, but I'm very particular when it comes to long boots. I don't know why.
Yeah. And I want to try them on in store.
Yeah.
I don't want to, because like I saw a couple that I thought were nice, and I'm like, but I don't want to go through and commit and order them, especially when the store isn't that far away to begin with, and I can go try some on in store.
Yeah.
At least for shoes, anyways. My feet. I need that to fit. Yeah. Like I need everything to fit, but feet are especially hard.
Very important. And also, like, I feel like long boots come in so many different lengths. Like, they all don't end at the same point. Yeah. So when you try them on, you can, like, decide whether this is where you'd like it to end or not. So, yeah. The search for long boots.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of things we bought, things we want, that's about it on my end. I don't have anything else.
So let's move on to places we went. Did you go anywhere earlier on in the week?
I was one work thing on Monday. It was for a nonprofit event, and it was at Cipriani's in Wall Street.
What's Cipriani?
It's like this famous like banquet hall space in Wall Street.
Okay.
I took a quick Instagram, not of Cipriani's, but of like a spot in Wall Street, which apparently got a lot of likes. I don't know why.
Maybe it's like poppin'.
I hashtagged it Wall Street, and I like captioned it like, oh, hunting for a sugar daddy, JK, or something like that.
Did you hashtag it sugar daddy?
No, I didn't hashtag it sugar daddy at all. I hashtagged it Wall Street.
Oh, okay.
Like, a lot of people like that for some reason. But yeah, I was living in that area, working an event where Andrew Garfield was, and I got to meet him, shake his hand, and talk to him for a quick minute, which was pretty cool. I mean, he's very adorable in real life, and in the sense that his personality seems very genuine and adorable. And he had a very scraggly beard, but that's because of a role that he's doing, and he didn't like the beard. He just had to keep it for the role. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting night. And if you ever want to get married, Cipriani's is a nice place to do it at in New York, except it is quite expensive to do it.
Sorry, I just googled Andrew Garfield's beard, and it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks like, no offense, it looks like pubes on his face.
It's just
it's so light and scraggly.
Gross.
Yeah.
Let me look what role this is.
It's for like some prison, or I don't know, some Spanish guy I think he's playing. I forget what it's for, but I remember seeing.
Tax shortage. Interesting. Okay.
He's definitely growing it for a role.
Yeah.
Because he didn't like it. He strikes me, he would have gotten rid of that if he had a choice.
Oh, it must be the Silence, 2015.
He plays a priest.
Yeah. Two Jesuit priests face violence and persecution when they travel to Japan to locate their mentor and to spread the gospel of Christianity. Director, Scorsese. Interesting. Liam Neeson is in it. Interesting.
Yeah. But he's still adorable nonetheless. If he was my boyfriend and he had to have that beard just for the movie, I'd let him have it.
Yeah, if it's for a movie, he's working, you know. Yeah. I'll put up with it a bit. Emma Stone is putting up with it.
Adam Driver?
Oh, yeah, he's Adam on Girls.
Oh.
Guess he's getting them roles.
He's also in it. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I did earlier on in the week. I didn't do anything else until our later adventure, but I'm pretty sure you did something before that.
Yes, I went to Nighthawk Cinema in Williamsburg for their second annual Shorts Film Festival. I went for, I guess it was part of day one, where they did a midnight screening of horror themed shorts. Um, yeah, so it started at midnight and it ended around 2 a.m. in the morning. All the shorts were by very young independent filmmakers. And then they did show one short by Cronenberg, which was very interesting. And actually, all the films were interesting in their own way. Some were a little like, I don't get this. Like, one was like showing the different interiors of a house playing different different music from different popular horror movies. So it was like, it'd be like going through like the bedroom and it's like the camera's like going all over, and then it would be playing like the music from like The Shining or something. Like it was just like very, very interesting, but like
artsy.
yeah, artsy. And then there were like actual like shorts. Like there was one short where a guy woke up with a huge gash in his head and there's like a maggot living in his head, and then he starts going out with this girl at his job, and he like bites off a piece of her head, but she doesn't remember him doing that. It's like, yeah, that's like a really bad explanation, but you get the drift. And then there's another one where this young couple went to rob this dude's house, but then they realize that the dude has a young little black girl chained up in his basement, and then they let the little black girl go, and it's just
Interesting. Okay.
So there was like lots of like
Weird.
interesting, weird shorts. Actually, like right before they started the screening, the two I guess what are they called, like the people who manage the like what shorts they're gonna show, and they have a title. They're employed.
MC people?
No, they're like employed by Nighthawk, and they help to arrange what movies are going to be shown in the shorts and what movies Nighthawk is going to show at a period of time. Because Nighthawk is like this kitschy cinema in Williamsburg where they don't show like the popular movie that's out. Like they're not going to show Mockingjay. They're going to show like classic or culty films. So there are people employed that are film professionals. I don't know. They're like project assistants, but for movie theaters. They have a fancier name than
I'm not quite sure what it is.
Yeah, they arrange the movie schedule because they are film professionals.
Okay.
And they blah blah blah. Anywho, so they spoke and they told us that their objective in picking the films that they chose for the festival or for that night of the festival was to like make us disgusted and uncomfortable as possible. And they kind of achieved that a little bit with me. So yeah, it was cool. Nighthawk itself is a really cool cinema. You get to eat there. They have like a full service food and drink menu, and waitresses come and serve you throughout the night. Obviously you have to pay, but it's like cool. It's a cool little kitschy spot if you and your friends want to eat and watch a movie. It's a nice date spot, as we like to say, I think. Yeah, it was cool. That's that.
That's it. Well, then after that adventurous movie-going experience, we both went to a friend's birthday party the other night at this place called 9A, which was all the way in Upper West Side. Like, not even Upper West Side. Like,
West 133rd Street.
Yeah, it's really far up if you're living in Brooklyn. And it's quite a trek to get there on the trains, especially on the weekend, because, trains just aren't so reliable. They go super local and all that jazz.
Right.
So, yeah, we got to the place, and it's actually really cute. Like, the space is really nice, free coat check.
Which is amazing in this city.
Yeah. It's a nice sized space with a bar. I wasn't sure how the pricing is because we sat for like a prefixed menu for a birthday. So I'm not sure, like, I guess if I looked on their website and saw maybe a couple of their menus, we could
their menu is like a general dinner menu, like $12-13 per plate, but they give really big portions.
They do give really big portions. Yeah, because we had, like I said, the prefix menu, which means you get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. And I got the Wild Wings or West Wings. The West Wings as my appetizer. They were pretty good.
I got the crab cakes as my appetizer, and they were really, really, really good. And our roommate Amber got the calamari, and those are also really good.
Yeah, that was really good as well. And yeah, it was like a nice little first course, which you thought, like, oh, am I supposed to share these? No, they're all for you.
Yeah, they're all for you. Like, that's how big the servings are.
And then after that, we got our entree. I got the Southern Hospitality, which consisted of, like, this fried chicken, a little taste of the mac and cheese, a little whipped sweet potato, a little collard green, a small little slice of cornbread, and I think that was it.
I got the Knockout Burger, which is a beef burger with cheddar, applewood bacon, which is my fave. And it came with a side of fries. It's really interesting. I think they cooked jalapeno in the burger, or they had some type of secret spicy sauce, because it had this heat to it, as they would say on Top Chef. Like it wasn't overwhelming, but it was just like a little touch. It was like really, really good. And it wasn't on a potato bun. It was on I think it was a brioche bun. Is that what it's called?
Brioche bun?
Yeah, like it's like a fancy potato bun. I believe it's called a brioche bun.
It probably was a brioche bun, but I didn't get it, so
okay.
I'm not positive.
Okay.
But yeah.
So yeah, the entrees are really good as well.
And huge. You could barely finish it. I didn't finish mine. It was hard.
Yeah.
And then the dessert was really good too. The bread pudding.
Yes, that was my fave part of the meal. We got the warm southern croissant bread pudding made with Captain Morgan spice rum, candied walnuts, and vanilla ice cream.
There was some caramel sauce.
Yeah, there was some caramel sauce on the side, and a little dollop of whipped cream to the
Yeah,
side too.
a teeny dollop.
Yeah.
But it was really good. It was sweet, and yeah, it was like I've never really had bread pudding that much before, but to have that was and it was a nice brick size.
Yeah, it was like a proper slice. Like you could have easily shared that with someone. But
yeah, like a nice little after dinner treat. 3 people could have ate that. But it was good. I didn't take it home with me because I was just too full after eating everything. I was like, no, I can't. But it was very delicious.
Yeah, so I would def recommend going there. If you don't live uptown, it's like Alicia said, a bit of a trek, but the food is so good that I would hit it up once at least.
Yeah, it's worth a try it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a weekend. Like, if you have, it's a weekend, you have time to kill. You can go up there and take a nice little car ride back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we took an Uber back, which is cool. It's cool to see New York City skyline at night from the comfort of a
car. Yeah, that was the best part almost.
Yeah.
getting to get returned in a
Yeah.
car as opposed to walking this cold streets and waiting for a train.
Because it took us an hour and a half to get there from Bushwick. So, like...
The car shaved off like an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
just
nice.
Makes me want to get my license even
It's like,
more.
oh great, Uber's here.
Yeah.
So lovely.
See, that's why I want to get my license, because then we could just get a zip car when we need to do, like, uptown events.
We still gotta park and all that stuff.
Yeah, you park on the street.
I guess.
Like, our friend found parking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I don't think zip car is that expensive.
It's not.
So...
It's just easier when someone else is driving you, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially if, like, you drink, which I did. But...
The Hennessy Punch.
Yeah, oh my god, the Hennessy Punch was really good. And I don't even really like Hennessy, but the way they mix it, it kind of tastes like a Long Island iced tea, but like a juice.
It tastes like fruit punch.
Yeah. It's kind of dangerous because you don't taste the alcohol.
Yeah.
It kind of just...
It's very mixed. Well, it was mixed very well. What I didn't like, though, I didn't like my dark and stormy.
Oh.
When the guy asked me, he's like, what is that?
Oh, that's a cue.
He's like, will the bartender know what this is? And I'm like, he should. He's like, well, what do you want if he doesn't know? And I'm like, I guess I'll have the white sangria. Then he comes back with a drink that I'm like, oh, but it tasted weird.
Yeah.
And I barely finished it. But I don't think they charged me for it because I didn't see it on the menu. But I still put some extra dollars onto my thing just in case I missed it somehow. Yeah. But
he probably didn't. He's probably like, I'm gonna fuck this up. Let me not charge
it. It tasted terrible. Yeah. Like I tried. I was like, but I'm at this point where I don't even like drinking like that. So if it doesn't taste good, you know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna drink up those dollars. I'll just let them waste, or someone else could drink it because I'm not having it.
Yeah. The thing with Dark and Storm is, people, you gotta make it with ginger beer, not ginger ale. Any mixed drink with ginger ale, you need to make it with ginger beer, because ginger beer has that extra ginger.
Ginger beer is spicy.
Yeah, but that's what makes it a good mixer, because then it like subdues the alcohol.
I guess. I've had Dark and Stormy with ginger ale before, and it wasn't that bad. Really? I don't know how he made this one. It tasted like a little bit of vodka. I don't even know.
No.
I was like,
it's supposed to be rum.
I know it's supposed to be rum. Maybe I just didn't. Maybe it wasn't mixed well. But to me, it didn't taste very good.
Tis. I tried some of Amber's margarita. I didn't like it. It was too strong.
Yeah, mine tasted properly strong.
Yeah, maybe they're not good at
mixing anything except for their house punch.
Yeah.
Or their Hennessy punch.
Their red sangria was good. Again, it tastes like juice. It didn't taste like a strong, full body sangria, but it was good. It was like refreshing. That's all we went this week. This upcoming week is going to be pretty uneventful for me because it's Thanksgiving week, so I'm just going to chill at home, and I will see Mockingjay. I'm going to see Mockingjay Friday, I think. But other than that, I'm not doing much.
I might not be doing much either. We'll see if I might get some shoes, maybe see Mockingjay. But yeah, it is Thanksgiving, so I don't know if I'm going to have anything cool to talk about.
I could tell you about all the different types of food I ate. I could tell you if my cornbread was successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess we'll see.
What else?
Well, since we didn't go anywhere else, we can move it right along.
I guess pop culture musings. Piggybacking off of our music discussion last week, in terms of new music, Willow Smith put out a little 3-song EP called 3. 3 is the name of the EP. And I really, really like it. It's really good. If you like music like SZA, like that type of ambient R&B indie type of music, like you would definitely like this EP. She actually does have a song with SZA on it. The song with SZA is called 9. The first track on the album is called 8, and the last track on the album is called Flowers. And we can't play you any of it, but definitely Google it.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify, which is where I heard it. And yeah, it's really good. Her music is definitely evolving past Whip Your Hair back and forth, which was like a dancey song. This is definitely like a nod your head, like
Nod your head.
nod your head. No, but nod your head and like vibe
Will Smith.
type of song.
Is that an ode to Will Smith?
No, it wasn't. I don't even know what that nod
You know
your
that
head.
song? Back she's coming. That song? Oh, well, that's a Will Smith song.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that's about it in terms of new music. I'm like dying for more music. I need to like that's what I need to do over like Thanksgiving break. Just like immerse myself in Spotify and find like
New
a
artists.
yeah.
Oh. Well, I didn't really find any new music. What I've been doing lately is I've been stressing about life.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the sense of not getting deep, but just like throwing it out there. But making decisions that are potentially life changing in the sense that it's something brand new and unknown. It's very scary.
It is.
Especially like when you're talking about real world like situations, like in the adult world.
Yeah.
Like for me, like making decisions like where to go to college, that was a big decision.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel as much nervousness or like anxiety as I do about making a current life decision. So it's just like, what am I? You're just at least for me, you're constantly thinking about whether or not what you're about to do is a mistake or not. And like, just like learning if it is, you have to deal with it. And if it isn't, then good for you.
Yeah.
But that's just hard for me to accept for my personality. I'm like, I don't want to make a decision that's a big mistake.
Me either. Like, I think how you're feeling about that present decision you're trying to make is how I feel about this situation that I'm in. And I won't go into detail about, but it's just like, this could be a good thing or this could be a huge mistake. And I don't want this to be a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, if it ends up being a huge mistake, I'm just going to like go over and over and over about it in my mind and be like, oh, I should have did this, then, and it's just like, you know.
Yeah.
But,
no. I get it.
Yeah, but maybe being worried all the time, like, keeps you from having life experiences.
It does.
You know?
It can cause you to get stuck and stale and stuff. Like, I feel like, because if you do worry a lot about making a bad mistake, then that means you're kind of afraid to take chances to begin with. So you could be missing out on something that you never knew that something could happen just because you're afraid of that choice maybe potentially being a mistake.
Right.
But sometimes you do need to take risks in order for things to turn out in your favor, how you dreamed for them to turn out, or what you kind of foresee yourself in the future. But I don't know, I just feel like it's a lot. It's very stressful. Like, I don't know how people go about determining whether or not something is the right decision. And then also, in my present case, I'm like constantly replaying everything that's ever happened. And I'm just like, was I being melodramatic about certain things and not just like looking at the positives that were there? You know, like, was I ignoring the positives that were there and just only focusing on the negative things as opposed to, like, you know, being more focused on myself and everything? You know, I don't know.
Yeah. But sometimes you gotta trust, like, your first instinct. Like, if your first instinct was to be, like, unhappy with, you know, whatever was going on at that time, then maybe those are the right feelings to have. Because different people have different thresholds, and maybe for you, that wasn't your threshold. Maybe other people could put up with that, but then you couldn't, because that's not the right place for you. You could think like that.
Yeah, I'm not, it's also like, because people say not to compare yourself to other people, because that can just, like, mess up the way you're going if you're constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses, as people like to say. But then, I don't know, like, I'm not really comparing myself to other people, but I'm trying to assess my worth, you know, in the sense of making a decision. So, I don't know, it's just, like, for me, I feel like a lot of anxiety about it, because, like, as it becomes more real, the decision that I made, it's more like, now you're losing your window of opportunity to turn back and say, you know what, nope, change my mind, I'll just... Your window's getting smaller and smaller, to the point where there's not going to be a chance to turn back in that same sense. It'll be a different sort of chance of opportunity if there is to turn back.
Yeah. And sometimes you think, what if I hate my new situation more than I hated my last situation?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, within the realm of possibility, but, I mean, again, you never know until you take that leap.
You don't know until you take the leap, and then you can't always think, like, negatively about anything that you do. Like, oh, if I make this decision, it's probably going to be this, this, and that. Like, you know, these 3 bad things are probably going to happen there. And then, you know what? I'm going to be even worse than where I started. I mean, you can't go into decisions that way, because then it kind of taints anything from actually happening. You're like, it's a bad glasses on your eyes. You can't see properly, and now you're just... Yeah, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to be stuck, but I don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. I just want... Like, I had a similar conversation with one of my old coworkers when we were on the train somewhere, and she was like, oh, in terms of relationships, we were talking, it's like, we want a relationship, but we don't want to feel the emotions that are associated with relationships, because then that makes you vulnerable, and being vulnerable is like the worst. But it's like, then you need to be that in order to be in a relationship. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. I was just telling my grandma, I was like, in terms of this decision, I'm like, if this is how I feel about this, imagine how I would feel if it's like my wedding day. I'm probably going to be like, oh my god, no, I don't think I made the right decision.
But hopefully by then you've been with that person for a while, and you've had time to think about whether you to make that leap.
No, but when I make big life decisions, I always second guess them.
Yeah.
And I start internally freaking out.
Yeah.
And for anything that's like more dealt, I start internally freaking out. I'm just like, ugh. Even if I like kind of like, I had this one way of thinking, now it actually happened, and now the decision has been made, and now I'm flopping over to the other side now, just because.
Yeah. But that's normal, I think. I think everyone has that to like a degree. You know. Life is so hard.
I know. I was just like, Grandma, can you just win the lotto? So I can just not have to worry about anything for a little bit, and just like
go to an island and chill.
Reflect. Can I be like Olivia Pope and have her dad just throw me on an island?
Oh my god, is that what's happening in Scandal right now?
That's what happened at the end of last season. He sent her to an island. Like, her dad's a terrible person, but he sent her to an island with her lover, and they just stayed there for like the summer or whatever, just chilling out, living on the beach every day, sipping on coconuts and all that stuff.
Imagine I'm like, Dad, I need a break. Can you send me and my lover on a vacay?
Bring me the best wines imported from the south of France. I don't know.
Can you imagine?
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a little taste of what I'm going through. Let you guys let me know how you handle life decisions and what you think is good to consider and not consider. My grandma says it's just the devil trying to scare you.
That could be true too.
Devil just whispering in your ear, making you have second thoughts.
Yeah. Don't let that devil get to you. But yeah, second thoughts are like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, life is just hard. Another thing is that for me, nothing's ever perfect enough.
Yeah, that's
Nothing's
what I'm
ever.
worried about. I'm like, well, this is not gonna. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not pretty sure. I'm just like, what if this is not really exactly what my ideal is? And now I'm just like in a new situation that I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not perfect.
It's like scary.
Nothing's perfect though. It's a part of life.
Yeah. Like, and then sometimes I blame myself, like, I'm not putting enough effort, or the reason why this isn't like that is because I'm like this.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm like, oh, well, maybe we're starting to change right before I made this decision, a smidge. Like, that's because I kept, like, pushing for it, and, like, well, not pushing, but, like, bringing it up a lot. And that's when some changes started to happen. And then, and it's like, it's just like annoying. I'm like, so maybe I'm thinking, was I blowing things out of proportion?
The fact that you had to put so much like effort into getting things that you deserve.
People say you're supposed to put effort into things.
No, but it's like, I don't know how to describe it without stating it specifically, but it's like, it's good when people just like value what you're doing and recognize it for themselves and give you what you deserve because they just see for themselves the value that you bring to their lives, instead of you constantly saying, look at this, look at me, look what I'm doing, like, you should be appreciating this, appreciate me. Just want people to appreciate you just because they do, because they see it for themselves. You don't have to like tell them,
Yeah.
Which I feel like this new situation is bringing that to you.
There's a possibility. Then I just literally started stalking certain somebodies from my new situation to see what their old situations used to be like.
Oh, I've done that too.
Sorry for this being so vague, but
I know, but it's like
it's too personal and too fresh right now to like give it all away.
Yeah.
But like, I was like literally stalking people, like looking. I'm like, well, so
I literally some of them down.
I signed out. And then I went back on to this certain website so no one could see that I checked them out. And I like started looking through their history, like, so where were they in the past, and how long were they at this and in their past?
Yeah.
And what did they do?
Yeah.
But the fact that this change involved a lot of freshness and newness, there isn't a lot of history to comb through, which kind of scares me a bit. Because it's like, there's nothing solid, like, to look through, and it's like, oh, well, so I don't really know if so-and-so might want to, like, bounce in, like, a couple, because it's only been, like, this amount of time that's elapsed. So I don't know, like, if, like, it might be another situation where people just, like, want to sayonara, like, after a couple,
Yeah.
So I'm just that's what scares me, too.
Yeah.
And, like, I know what it's like at this other place where people sayonara.
But, or it could be completely different. Whoa, my ears just, like...
Popped?
Whoa, yeah.
That's weird. Sure it wasn't the sound of Amber's game?
No, because I felt like air.
Oh.
I hear a faint rain.
Maybe you had some water in your ears.
Well, I did have an upper respiratory tract infection this week. So that makes everything all, in the ENT section. So maybe that's
what happened. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, those are just a couple thoughts. I don't know. I'm a psycho. That's all I can come. My conclusion is I'm a psycho.
No, you're a psycho. That's so normal. Everyone does that. Literally, everyone does that. Like, I don't know anyone that doesn't, do that. Yeah, it's just, like, normal. Because making decisions is hard, especially, like, the older you get. the harder it is to make decisions because you have more to lose. Like picking where to go to college, like
Yeah.
you know, if that messes up, like you could just go back home. Your parents are still kind of taking care of you at that point. You know, you're not like, you know, it's not all on you. Whereas now everything's on you.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. That's what I was saying too. I was like another thing I realized because my grandma was also like, well, why are you getting so anxious about this decision when you weren't anxious about your first decision? I'm like, well, my first decision, it was my first thing ever, and I had no responsibilities to worry about either. So if it didn't turn out in my favor, at least I could just go home at the end of the day, still be on my current insurance plan, and
Yeah.
you know, figure out a new plan.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
but yeah, it's exactly what you said though. It's like, you know, as you get older, there's more responsibilities. That's why people, as they get older, they're less likely to leave certain situations because of, you know, all these other things now they have to consider.
Right.
Where you're like young and carefree, you're like, oh, I can bounce, you know, I still have the time. I can do whatever I want and see what's out there.
Yeah, whereas now it's like, if I bounce around, how am I gonna pay my rent? Where would I go? What would I do? Like, I want to live abroad for a bit, but it's like, how? You know, I was talking about my coworkers now, and they're like, sure you can. You just gotta like, you know, network, go back to school. And I was like, I'm not going back to school.
What did they say? Go back to school for what?
For, you know how people just like, they want to go abroad, so they
they go to school.
Go to school. I'm like, no. I've done that. And a lot of people like that I work with who already have master's degrees are thinking of getting other degrees to get them in other parts of life. And I'm like, no, I'm done with that. I'm too tired. I spent too much money. I just want to like do what I want to do without having to go back to school to do it. And I feel like I can. But that was a tangent.
No, it's a related tangent.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, life is confusing even like the older you get. And most of my coworkers are older than me, and even they're still trying to figure out life, you know?
Yeah. And then you think money might be the answer, but it's not even. It just gives you like more flexibility.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because you can move if you want to or need to, or, you know, if you need some days to reflect, you could just sit at home and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should have invested in a therapist before making any decisions.
You can. You know, just go to a couple sessions. Your insurance probably covers up to like a handful of sessions.
I wouldn't know, but...
Maybe, yeah, it probably does. It's so interesting looking at people's LinkedIns.
Go in incognito and look at their profiles.
Yeah, it just gives you some perspective.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is what you did before?
Yeah.
This is how long you were there before?
Yeah.
Like, you literally there 5 months and you left? And like,
yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of scary.
You know.
But I guess it's good for you. You can bounce like that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when they're older, it gives some, like... clarity. You know? I don't know.
I know. Basically, lesson is life is confusing. Making decisions as you get older becomes harder, which I wouldn't think it would be, but it is. Because of all these factors you have to consider. And you become really anxious about life. I haven't been sleeping well. I keep waking up early, and I just keep dreaming. It's so annoying. I'm like, why do I feel this way?
It's fine. That's just a normal part of life, but it'll calm down a bit.
Yeah, I think I've just been riding a